We will start the slide presentation. Assalamualaikum and good morning to everyone. We are going to present about the Kuta Estate model changes. I'm Rabi'atul Adawiyah, F1072, and the other three members that are going to present with me is Putri Shahrina binti Zailani, F1054, Aina Syazlina binti Shukor, F1060, and Nurul Shahidah binti Shahar, F1040. So what is X-step process? X-step process for leading change was cultivated from over 4 decades of Dr. Kuta observation of countless leaders and organizations as they were trying to transform or execute their strategies. He identified and extract the success factor and combine them into a methodology. There is 8 steps. One is create a sense of urgency. Number 2 is form a powerful coalition. 3, create a vision for change. 4, communicate the vision. 5, remove obstacle. 6, create short-term win. 7, build on the change. And 8, anchor the changes in corporate culture.
Okay, Assalamualaikum and hi. My name is Putri Shahrina binti Zailani. My metric number 1054. Okay, I will talk about step 1, which is create an urgency. Okay, any change of medical center that they do has need to be taken seriously to have good chance to succeed, to get cooperation from others. Establishing a sense of urgency is crucial. They must state the urgency as the ability to recognize pressing problem as opportunities. Addressing the problem can provide an opportunity for positive change in the culture rather than reacting to a single event. This is a initial step. Motivate a group to embrace change by highlighting the need correct a pressing problem. On this first step, on agency organization, which is medical center, has to set why they has to change that things, why they has to come up with the new way while the old way is okay, better, it still works, and so on. So they has to create agency, give you a highlight on what the way, because agency is important. They just cannot without a cooperation. This is why creating a sense of agency for needed change is the first step they must to take to gain the cooperation of all people in the organization. Next slide. Okay, first, a sense of urgency was implemented by showing employee the potential of electronic medical system. This is first step. So, consideration for this risk for harm created motivation for change on the unit. The doctors on the unit were supplied with articles that describe how the electronic medical is more better. A big hope for electronic medical records was that they will reduce mistake, the illegible handwriting of many physicians has been blamed for countless errors. Repeated photocopying can render even neatly printed documents unintelligible, and medical records can be misled or might simply not be where they are needed. So this is approach that can tell them lah. Okay. For the secondly, this agency also can be created by showing videos that are share the personal repercussions of preventable medical errors. So what with this the way how they are all employee in medical center accepting the changes, which is on videos. For example, that include in medical errors when using medical manual record, basically afraid about the medical errors, which such as for example Amira in is a college student with a rare with has a rare disease. She has that kind of disease, so she sees a lot of doctor lah. So after she has done check, she is always request a medical record, but in this medical center they use manual record system. So it is afraid that the data was not accurate. And then to surprise her, she found a note in the record saying she had two children. Uh, one was apparently still living and the other had died shortly after she gave birth. According to the chart, which she provided to given birth to the first child at age of 13 for the days to line up, while actually she has another disease. Uh, so this medical center said like that. Uh, so this is means that the data was not true because of what? Because lack of clinical decision support tools and lack of automated medication alert system. So they must do this to make sure that these things will not gonna happen again in future. That's why they has to come up with electronic medical record. And statute of urgency, they has to talk about the success story that has successfully implemented an electronic medical record. They can compare with another medical center that has been provided to state on what are the achievement when they use this kind of electronic medical record instead of using manual. What are the benefit that when we use that kind of technology and so on. Maybe they can set that maybe they can say that on electronic medical record are more better decision and more coordinated care. Just for example lah, when Aminah, contohlah Aminah in medical center use this electronic medical record interface. The staff is able to receive real-time memory and text-based result directly into the patient's progress note. For briefly, if a smear or an in-house colorectal screening come back positive or abnormal, the staff or doctor lah can see this information flag as abnormal in the lab section of the electronic medical record. So the provider can then proceed with the appropriate treatment and ensure that the patient returns for follow-up visit. So that electronic medical record actually makes it easier for them to quality improvement team to accurately track what follow up was ordered, when it was ordered, with the result came back, or even issue exists with the lab sample or in scheduling. So they can choose this kind of stories to talk with others. Okay, next slide. Okay, creating a guide. Okay, for the step 2 is form a coalition. Okay. Creating a guiding coalition involve selecting the right people, and these people include early adopters from each end user group. These early adopters are opinion leaders who can help continue drive the sense of urgency and motivates the early majority to accept the changes. Position, power, expertise, credibility, and leadership are the crucial characteristic for guiding a coalition. So, in an easy words, guiding coalition is actually a group of individuals within an organization that are the social leaders of the change initiative. These individuals are bring expertise, energy, and perspective across a variety of areas, and peers respect their professionalism. Okay. Next slide. Next slide. Dah ke? Hello? Dah. Okay. Okay. Um, Medical center needed to be sense of ownership created by ensuring that the development of initiative was carried out by a broad team of people of the organization. For example, in this coalition, medical center needs people who have been involved in using medical electronic in other hospital before, for example. So his job is to make sure that the use of that things is the best option, best choice. So one way to start this is to create a forum where issues and potential solutions are raised and discussed during that time. This step creates the needs for change rather than just a one for chance. Okay, the difference is very important when it comes to the likely support and eventual success of the change. Okay, that's all from me. Thank you so much. Next
Okay,
presenter, please.
next slide. Okay, so the third step in quarter models is to create a vision for change. A clear vision can help everyone in the heart medical center to understand why the upper management asking them to do something. When we first start thinking about the change, there will probably many great ideas and solutions floating around. So in this scenario, we need to link this concept to an overall vision that everyone or the employee can easily understand and remember. So as one of the consultant in the medical center, I will advise the upper management to direct the change for the employee by creating the vision for them to follow and practice the new electronic health record system. So when the employees see that for themselves what they're trying to achieve, this help the upper management to coordinate activities based on the vision. So when the upper management want to make a big change for the employee in the medical center, they must create vision so the employees start to realize there are many benefits of using electronic record system in the organization. So next slide. So the next slide, we will talk about the importance of creating a vision. Okay, the first important is vision helps clarify the direction to change the medical record system in the heart medical center. So we know that the upper management have tremendous power to influence other employee in success in using electronic medical system. So when the employee know they when the employee know the important reasons, they have to change from using the manual system into using the new technology. Furthermore, vision motivate employee to take action in using electronic medical record system. A vision statement itself should motivate the organization employee and outline the ultimate goals. By using this new technology, medical center will grow success because the new electronic can improve diagnosis and treatment and also can reduce error. So employee can enhance care and the decision making response from assigned medical professional. So the next important reasons of visions is without a vision, transformation effort can easily dissolve and can take organization in a wrong decision. So a vision is important because it will lead to the right direction. The faster we practice the vision, the faster they start to realize the benefits of using the electronic records. So the next slide, we will go to the fourth step. So in the first step is in the quarter models is communicate the vision. As one of the consultant in the medical center, I need to always remind the upper management to communicate the vision because the vision needs to be communicated throughout the organization from the upper until the lower management. For example, in this scenario, the manager can do a special meeting to discuss about the importance of the new of using new technology, so the employee will get the message, and the message will probably be spreading from day to day communication within the company. So it is important for them to continuously communicate this message and try to apply it within every day that they can do. So as you guys can see in the slide, they use this vision daily to make decision by facilitating decision making in using electronic medical records, they will support them and will help them require information of their patient. And the next slide, we will talk about how to communicate the vision. So the next slide. So the next slide is what we can do to communicate the vision itself. So the first way we can do is we can talk to the employee about the vision. So the upper management need to talk it every chance they get. So they need to do a special meeting to communicate the vision. They need to talk it very often in the conversation so they can always remember to implement the use of the new electronic system. Other than that, the second way is they need to use the vision daily. Because when we use this vision daily, when we implement the electronic system, we can keep it fresh in everyone's minds and remember the importance of the new technology itself. So, for examples, in the scenario, they already set the strategy to achieve the vision. So they assign 4-month training for the new employee for the usage of electronic medical system, and within the 6 months of the electronic medical record will introduce to the department. So after successfully implementation of the system, the department will introduce in all department in the organisation the importance of using this electronic medical system within 1 year, so they can achieve their goals by implement the vision itself. So the next slide, I will pass to my friend to continue the next step.
Okay, the fifth step is removing obstacle. So in this first So in this fifth step, we need to ensure that the organization process and the structure are in place and aligned with the overall organizational vision. Check for obstacle or people who are afraid of change on a regular basis. Implement proactive measure to remove the obstacle to the change process. So in here, we need to ensure that whether the individual or the organization more likely to be obstacles. So if someone in the organization more likely don't like to make changes, we need to implement the proactive measure to remove the obstacle to the changes process. So this person gonna be a barrier that blocking the achievement that going to be happen. So if something like this happen, we need to know the sources and try to break it down, the conflict that happened between the individual and the organization. So the strategy that we can implement is hire a leader that can deliver the result and give immediate action if there is an obstacle, and reward people for endorsing change and supporting in the process. So this is the obstacle that heart medicine center going through. So the first one is the expensive electronic device. So of course, if we want to the changes happen, the cost of the electronic device for us to changes is very expensive. And the solution is we need to choose the best software with appropriate cost according to the request for proposal. The second one is people start with the new changes. Start with the new changes. For example, if there is an old generation in the heart medicine center, they don't know how to use the electronic devices. So the organization will provide the IT expert to provide consultation when needed. The third one is unable to use properly the system. When when um, when the nurses or people in the heart medicine center don't know how to use the system properly. This in this step in this step 6, create short-term win, define as the effective way for the organizational or the company to achieve the improvement within 6 to 18 months. Make a short-term goal rather than one long-term goal. Short-term wins are necessary to prevent the loss of momentum and to keep the organizational engaged with the change activity. Each win can produce the further motivation to the entire staff. So of course, if we want to do a changes process, took a time. To achieve the improvement within 6 to 18 months, it takes a while to reap any reward or any achievement. So the effective way is to make a short-term goals rather than long-term goals. And this step, people are more likely think that effort that we're doing is wasting our time, but it's actually keep the organization engaged with the new changes. And to avoid this happen, um, we need to give an reward or anything that we can improve and motivate the staff. For example, give an incentive to the employees, such as reward or certificate for involving in a training program. Number 2 is reducing the percentage of medical error by changing to the electronic medical record. Number 3, hospital income will be increasing to 20%. Okay, done.
Assalamualaikum. Hi, and my name is Nurul Shahidah binti Shahar. My metric number is 1040. Today I will continue the step 7. Step 7 is build on the change. Each success provides an opportunity to build on what went right and identify what we can improve. So what Heart Medical Center can do is, first, they have to set goals to continue building on the momentum they have been received. The second one is, after every success, they need to analyze what went right and what went wrong. Next slide. Things that Heart Medical Center need to be improved and the solution. The first one is the program is slow and complicated during data entry. So the solution is they will contact the supplier to insert the new version which is faster and simpler. The second one is some employees still have low computer skills and they found difficulties in dealing with the system. The solution is they need to provide extra training courses for those employees that has low computer skills. Next slide. The last step, which is step 8, is anchor the changes in corporate culture. That means is to ensuring that is it embedded into your company culture. Time changes in leadership and changes in staff and evaporate the impact of your change quickly and easily. To ensure that transform their manual medical recording system to an electronic medical record system remains part of the company culture. Um, like to maintain that they continue to use the electronic medical record system, they need to first always talk about the progress at every opportunity possible. Share, share stories about success from the change vision and repeat stories from others. The second one is they need to create plan to replace key leaders of change as they move on. This will help that the legacy is not lost or forgotten. Next slide. how the management anchoring the changes to corporate culture. After the successful implementation of electronic medical record in orthopedic department, heart medical center need to start to the whole department. So first they need to set up a policy and procedure for the implementation of the electronic medical record. The second one is they need to sign a contract with the supplying company for continuous training and maintenance. Next slide. That's all from us. Thank you.
Thank you.